I don't trust anyone that wears a burgundy-colored sweater.
Oh, then what are we doing working for Tim Sabian?
When you see someone with a burgundy-colored sweater, no good, man.
How about Little Steps Robert? He's got some of the boleros in burgundy.
Yeah?
I've seen him rock some burgundy, right? You've seen him, Mikey.
And the vest. He has burgundy vest,
He's got
too.
burgundy.
Does he really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sure.
With tortoiseshell buttons.
I didn't take a hard left off the road, but that goes back to coffee and maybe some of the people that work at Dunkin' Donuts and they like to wear burgundy sweaters. So they're not creaming your coffee properly.
I think Dunkin' Donuts, at least in New Jersey, has a language barrier problem.
See, I'm going with something here, but I was too scared to say Middle Easterns.
Well, the ones mine
Middle
aren't
Easterns love wearing burgundy sweaters. Mike knows.
Is it true?
I can't comment on that. You crazy? I'm not going to profile anyone.
Oh, look around. Look around in your city. You'll see burgundy sweaters worn pretty much mostly by Middle Eastern men. And
It's starting to come to me a little bit. I'm starting to go through my mind. I think you might be right.
Okay.
I'm going through my Rolodex in my head, and all the Akbars are coming up burgundied up.
Half the Uber drivers wear burgundy sweaters.
You know what? I'm not going to lie to you.
Every single cab driver, burgundy sweater. You watch.
And on Ubers, they like that burgundy Lexus, too, and the burgundy Camry, too.
Yes, they do. Wow. That's a terrible color in general, right? Burgundy?
Burgundy. I hate burgundy.
So,
And you know who gets burgundy cars and stuff? People that don't call it burgundy, they call it wine. I want to choke them with a piano wire.
Ew,
You ever hear that? Yeah. You saw my new Lexus? It's wine. No, it's not.
So that's people that are trying to make burgundy a nicer color than it really is.
I hate burgundy.
It's a terrible color.
You're right.
And some of the people that give me my coffee in the morning might be wearing burgundy sweaters. That's sort of where I was going with that. I know it's a little bit of a stretch. And
Well, I was going to say, because McDonald's old uniform was a burgundy sweater. That's why.
Really?
It's burgundy with the gold arches.
Then maybe that's where I got that from.
Maybe.
All right.
That's what we were talking about.
At least you brought it all together, thank God.
That's what we were talking about, Mex.
I'll tell you the best coffee, though. Fast food-ish.
Yeah.
It's an ish place. Wawa.
Pretty damn good.
Wawa's coffee is better than Dunkin' Donuts.
At certain times of the day. If you go to a Wawa that's not busy, wow.
I go Wawa. I go 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven?
This is my list. My top 4, because I can't come up with a fifth.
So he basically...
No, I'll put Starbucks.
Mike, he's definitely just telling us the places he goes.
Yeah, of course.
No.
This is not a research list. This is just like, let me see. By my house in the beach, Wawa. And then by my apartment, 7-Eleven. It's a such Upper West Side list. Zabar's for bagels.
Zabar's. Jesus. No. When I'm in New York City, I go to the local coffee shops that really take pride in their actual coffee. Sometimes you have to wait 10 minutes for it, and I'm like, relax, it's not that complicated. But besides that, it's a good cup of coffee.
Okay.
So, but when I'm on the road or going out to the creepy cabin and all that,
Right.
This is my top 5 if I can't get to my local coffee shop. I go Wawa, number 1.
Okay.
7-Eleven, number 2. D&D, number 3.
D&D, that's Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I go 4 is McDonald's.
Okay.
And believe it or not, rounding out my top 5, and it's not a top 5, it's the worst, Starbucks in the 5th spot.
Wow.
There you go.
That list is just disjointed and
No, it's
cobbled
not.
together just with personal insight.
You agree with Wawa.
Wawa's pretty good, but it's inconsistent. What I like about coffee at McDonald's is it's not the best, but it's always exactly the same. Starbucks, it can get really sour, it gets really weird.
Yeah.
Dunkin' Donuts, man, you get one of those where you get one of those little Dunkin' Donut kiosks like the one in the airport, and they're serving fucking socks.
Right.
You know what I mean? Pureed socks.
Right.
And then, but McDonald's, everywhere you go, it's perfect. It's exactly the way it tastes, and that's what I love about McDonald's. As a chef, I love their consistency. Mm-hmm. No matter where you are. I could be in Florence, Italy. It tastes exactly the same. Do you know how hard that is? You know how much training that takes?
Is it really training?
Yes, it's absolutely training.
Or is it the food that's already prepared and these dummies just have to throw it on a grill?
Well, first of all, I'm not going to fight with you on the dummies part. Because if you go to McDonald's...
I love dummies, though. We live in a PC culture, so if you take a shot, then you got to follow it up with. But I love dummies. So I love dummies, though.
Shout out to the dummies. But shout out dummies.
No, haven't they? All right, but haven't they taken all the thinking out of the fast food joints?
But that takes a lot of thinking. That takes a lot of thinking. For example, I tell chefs all the time, you want to learn how to run a kitchen or you want to learn new systems?
Yeah.
Just stand in front of a McDonald's and watch them put stuff together. It's the perfect system.
Okay.
They're able to take somebody who doesn't want to be there, who's not getting paid a lot, who hates his job, and makes them produce.
Right.
That is genius. That's absolute genius. It's really easy to pay someone $100,000, put a chef jacket on him, say you're the man, and give him free margaritas every 3 hours, and he's going to make stuff for you. But
and they make you believe that you might be the 1 out of 10,000 employees that gets the college scholarship.
No, really? Do they have that?
Oh, you haven't seen the commercial?
No.
I think it's McDonald's, right?
Oh, Opie's making shit up again.
No, you know this commercial.
No, I don't.
I think it's McDonald's. So all of a sudden, the manager calls all his workers around.
Right.
So you got 10 or 12 workers around, and then you got the black kid, and then the manager goes, "Hey, congratulations to whatever his name is. You got a scholarship." And he kind of rubs it in the face of everybody else that's working at that McDonald's. Like,
a scholarship of what?
he gets to go to college or something.
What happens if he doesn't want to go to college? What happens if he wants to be a Mickey D guy, a lifer?
I don't know. Hey, Joey.
Gregg.
Insert it right here.
Everybody, 2 seconds. Dear Sebastian, after careful consideration of your application, it is with great pleasure that we offer our congratulations on your acceptance.
Through the Tuition Assistance Program, every day, McDonald's helps more people go to college. It's part of our commitment to being America's best first job.
These guys are all making about minimum wage. The manager calls them all around to announce this one guy got a scholarship for school. And am I the only one that thought this commercial is incredibly wrong on so many levels?
You think everything is wrong on so many levels. You're on the Upper West Side. You think too much.
Well, why would the manager call everybody around that isn't going to get the scholarship and announce it to the one kid? Can't you do that privately in the dumb, shitty office in the back with the mops?
That is America 101.
What do you mean?
Rubbing shit in people's faces. Everything we do is to rub shit in people's faces.
Yeah.
You're on the highway with a Ferrari. When I'm driving my buddy's Ferrari and I look at people's faces and they're just, ugh. They're sitting there with their giant wife with the lazy eye. She's wearing a bib. The kids are in the back eating paste. They're not gonna even make it to a state school. He's in a 6-year-old minivan, and I'm in a Ferrari smoking cigarettes inside of a fucking full leather Ferrari. Let me tell you something. That is America.
And then do you make it hurt by changing lanes and missing their front bumper by an inch?
Oh my! You know what? I was in a Ferrari 430 going from Atlantic City to Philly.
Right.
And
wow, that must have taken you 15 minutes.
Jesus.
Wow.
So I was in the car and I said, you know what? I'm going to dole out some street justice today.
Yeah.
So I'm driving down the highway, and every little rice rocket I would see, with all the stickers and stuff, right. I would just get behind it and hit the horn, the European horn, wah, 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 and the lights, and pull up next one, let's go. And then you see two teenagers in their stupid Subaru Impreza with a wing on it, and they're sweating bullets. They're like, holy shit. And I'm like, you want stickers, motherfucker? This is what you get by putting stickers on your car. Now there's a great white on the fucking road.
Wow.
And just bury them.
Really? Good for you.
Oh, it was the best. And coming back from Philly, there was a minivan, right? And there was 3 kids, 3 young boys, I don't know, 8 through 14. And they're banging on the back window, and I'm behind them. And they're, wow, looking at the car, wow. So I pull up next to them, and you hold both paddles in, and it'll go into neutral. It's a paddle show.
Yeah.
And I'm rah, 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 with the engine. And the kids are going nuts. And the dad's with his Philly Eagles hat, and he's going nuts. So I take off. I see the front of the video. The dad got so excited with the 3 kids. The thing's floating up in the air. He's going full fucking steam. And I would slow down. The guy's going 100, and I would take off again and slow down and take off again. Those kids had the time of their life. They're licking the window. They're all with their Eagle shit going fucking nuts.
And the dad's got flop sweat.
The dad is fucking sweating, and he's like, fuck, finally somebody did something for my fucking shitty kids. That was cheaper than Disney World for those kids.
We're alive, kids.
We're alive, kids. Look at that fucking dude. He's living.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man, that was fun.
Good times, good times. Have you ever thrown golf balls at other cars on the highway?
Yep.
Oh, you have?
Yep. We used to have snowball fights. We used to sit by the side of the highway
Yeah.
and put rocks in snowballs and throw them at the cars and just blow them out.
I got a great snowball.
Go ahead.
I got a great snowball throwing story.
I know you do.
I really
Did
do.
one of the twins die in it?
This is out there in Centerport. We used to live on a very, very busy road.
Why'd you spit?
Everything that Opie had when he was a kid was shitty. Like Centerport, we lived on the highway. Like it was always something. You know what I mean? Like he couldn't live in a cul-de-sac. He's like, we lived on the on-ramp of Centerport. God, you know what I think when you tell me these stories?
Meaning a square, I should say.
In my
Square
mind, I'm
fit.
like, I wish I can go back in time somehow and finagle it with like a wormhole or something and have your dad marry Marie.
Oh, my God.
And just let her feel what real life is like. Because, I mean, now I know a lot of stories with Opie. That guy's always gotten beat by chicks.
No,
Right?
my dad went through hell and back.
I remember as I started slowly discovering that my dad was a full-blown player. As I was getting, like, the stories that he would tell me and what I would see were two completely different things. Like,
Right.
he would lecture me and stuff. And I remember we went to Aruba. We always went on nice vacations because that was what my mother liked to spend money on. She loved going to islands. That was her thing. She didn't want to go to Paris. I mean, she couldn't even spell in Spanish, let alone fucking English or French. You know what I mean?
Right.
She was like sound lady, and you make a left, you know. But she loved vacation. She loved vacations, and Aruba was one of her favorite places because it didn't rain. And that's one of the things when you don't have a lot of money, you don't want to go on vacation somewhere where it's gonna rain, and that's a big problem in tropical islands.
Yeah, of course.
So we go to Aruba. The minute we get there, I hustle my brother. They gave us each $300 for the week. 2 minutes in, I hustled my $300 out of my brother. I told him, Dad wants the money back because he wants to give us smaller bills. He's like, okay. So he gives me the money. That was all false.
Right.
So now I'm 600 in. I go down to the front desk. I am.
What a move, by the way.
That was a nice move, right?
Strong.
Strong. So I was 13. I go to the front desk. I said, where's the go-go bar? They said.
At 13?
At 13.
Did you look 13 when you were 13?
I look exactly like I did now, with a car and a wife and everything.
You did, right?
Oh, dude.
You were the first to hit puberty in your...
I was born with a boner and giant pubes.
Jesus, good for you.
Yeah, no, I could buy beer at 13, 14
Right.
back then. I had a fake ID, and plus I knew the... Yeah, but I could do it.
Wow.
So I asked where the go-go bar is, and I'm with my older buddy, this kid Eddie Matos, which is my boy. My brother's fucking waiting for his money back in the room. Like, when's you coming? I want to go to the arcade. So me and Eddie go to the go-go bar. We skip out on dinner, whatever. We go to the go-go bar, and as soon as we walk in, we get a drink, and guess who walks in right after us? Jesse Ruiz, my dad.
No.
He was making a beeline for the go-go bar.
Good for him.
And they open the shade, and there's my dad, and he looks at me and Eddie, and I'm like, this is going to be I go, Eddie, we're going to fight for our lives here. This guy's going to murder us. He's going to rip a stripper arm off, sharpen her bone, and stab us in the chest with it.
Yeah.
Comes in, sits right next to us. He goes, what are you drinking? Like, Johnny Black's. He goes, I'll take one.
Wow.
That was it.
It was clean.
Sat, he had drinks with us, didn't really talk to us.
Right.
Put his little dollars, grabbing titties, grabbing butt, grabbing ouchies everywhere, but nobody said nothing.
Wow.
Then he goes, all right, gentlemen, have a good day. We're like, all right, man, take care, Dad. He's like, all right, Uncle, bye. That was it.
Well, I want to know what happened when you all were back in the house.
Like it never,
nothing happened.
We never talked about it. It didn't exist, and that's when I started. That was my first introduction to man code. And I was like, all right, there's an unspoken law here.
He was testing you.
This guy must be a G. And to the day, he has Alzheimer's now, but that was never spoken about.
Right.
And then the next day was a big stink because my brother's like, I have no money at breakfast. You know what I mean? And my father, he realized that might be a wrinkle in something. So he didn't want to say, give me the money because he didn't know if I spent it or not. So he just went in his pocket, peeled it out, and gave it to my brother.
Wow.
And my brother's like, and then he stopped. My brother's like a bird. And you give him a worm. He doesn't investigate any further. What the fuck? What was that all about? Why does Carl have braids in his hair and fucking coral necklace? Because I bought everything from the gift shop. I had an Aruba T-shirt and a windbreaker, and this fucking asshole's fucking.
Know what I love about this podcast? Between my fucked up grown up stories and your stories, man, we can't be beat.
No, man. Boo, 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 boo.